Suppose you're a small business owner. You have a Facebook or Instagram page, maybe even a few posts up, a product shot here, a quote there. But overall, it all looks a little empty. No real story, no direction, and definitely no engagement. So it's not really a surprise that you're not getting customers from social media. Now imagine another brand in your same niche. Their page has a clear vibe, their posts are well designed, their videos are engaging, and their audience actually talks back. They are getting DMs, comments, and consistent sales. Same platform, same algorithm, but totally different result. So what makes this huge difference? It's their social media strategy. The truth is, most small business owners and small marketing teams jump straight into posting reels, stories, and product shots without ever stopping to ask why they're posting, who they're talking to, and what success even looks like. And that's where everything starts to fall apart. Because when you start posting without strategy, you are just throwing content into void. But when you have a plan, a clear goal, a defined audience, and a system behind your strategy, suddenly your posts start working. They attract the right people, convert attention into sales, and actually moves your business forward. That's what this video is about. I'm going to show you step by step how to create a social media strategy that actually gets result. The same process every business around you is using. So whether you're a freelancer trying to build your first portfolio or a small business owner trying to convert your followers into paying customers, grab your notes because by the end of this video, you'll know how to build a strategy that makes your every post count. The first thing you need to do when creating a social media strategy is to set clear goals. Now, I'm going to talk to you from a client service perspective, but you can apply this to your own business too. When someone reaches out to us and says, hey, can you help us develop a social media strategy? The first question I always ask is, what's your end goal? Because I need to understand their overall objective before turning them into a social media campaign. Let's say a footwear brand wants to sell more shoes. Their goal isn't just to increase followers, it's to increase conversion. Now in this case, conversion could mean increased traffic on their website, it could mean more clicks on their campaign or actually selling more shoes. If they have proper tracking tools installed like Google Analytics or Metapixel, you could see how many sales are actually coming from their social media campaign or how many sales are coming from Google traffic. Let's say they got 500 sales from social media last month. That's a pretty good result. But if we skip that conversation and focus solely on growing their followers, we could get them like a tons of followers with influencer marketing or influencer collab. But they would not get any result. That's why follower counts means nothing without action. We always use the SMART framework, the specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. For example, sell 10,000 shoes more in 3 months is much more clear than just saying increasing sales. And also timeline matters a lot, cause selling 10,000 shoes in 3 months versus 10,000 shoes in 1 year is much more different. The strategy is going to be different, the budget is going to be different, the campaign, everything is going to be different. After understanding the goal, the next thing you have to do is persona research, understanding who you're talking to in social media. So always my second question to clients is, who are you talking to here? Who's your audience? Who tends to buy from you? And who do you want to reach? Because sometimes the people who are buying from you and the people you want to reach is completely different. Now as a business owner, you should always know a few key things about your ideal customer persona. You might not know them in ad platform language, but you should know them in plain language. For example, at the startup founders, where do they live? Or maybe they love a certain show particularly. Now what kind of information helps? Basic demographics, their age, gender, location, their cultural cues, what they watch, what they follow, what kind of sports they like. Maybe they're Game of Thrones fans. Knowing those details helps you craft your tone, humor, and references that make your content actually connect. If you don't have those kind of information, you could always get them from your Google Analytics dashboard or your Facebook pixel. All of that helps you understand who you are talking to so that your content resonates with people. Next task is competitor research. You are going to check what similar brands in your niche are doing. For example, if my client were Louis Vuitton, I'd check out Chloe or Dior. See how they are positioning themselves, how they are making posts, what kind of content are working for them, which platform they are more focused on, etc. This step is simple but very powerful. Just look at the basics, how often they're posting, what kind of posts are going well. Cause here's the truth, you don't have to be on every platform in social media. That's one of the biggest myths in social media strategy. So when you look at your competitors, you usually find two things. First is a gap in their strategy. For example, everyone is posting on Instagram, but no one has a strategy for Pinterest. That's your opportunity and your window to grow. Second is a pattern that works. Everyone is posting a similar kind of content that's actually working for you. That's a sign for you that this type of content is actually doing well and you should do that too. Competitor analysis shows you what to do on social media, but more importantly, what not to do. Check out which platforms they're strongest on, what kind of content is getting attention and who's following them. Every publicly available data can tell you a lot about their customer and your potential customer. So yeah, a little competitor research goes a long way. It gives you clarity, proof, and inspiration to back up your strategy. Now, after you have done your competitor research, the next big thing is social media audit. If it's a brand new company, your audit is basically the foundation. You are figuring out your competitor, your audience, so you can decide which platform makes the most sense. Create your own checklist of matrices like follower count, engagement rate, top performing content, and other demographics as well. Once you have that snapshot, identify what's working and what's not. Sometimes you'll find surprises. Maybe posts that get hundreds of likes don't actually drive clicks, or a style of posts you thought flopped secretly converts best. That's the power of auditing. It replaces assumptions with data. And finally, the last step is putting everything into motion with a content calendar. It sounds simple, but honestly, this part takes the most work because it's where your planning, research, and strategies actually come together. Personally, I love using tools like Loomly or Hootsuite, but you can create a basic calendar using tools like Excel or Google Sheets. For me, I personally prefer working week by week instead of month by month because social media actually moves pretty fast and the algorithm changes constantly. So keeping things flexible lets you respond in real time. So that's it. Create your system, fill it with a mix of content and keep it flexible enough to adapt. That's how your strategy turns into real results. I really hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope I gave you some clarity on where to start and what really matters before you jump into posting. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I've got more videos coming on content creation, digital marketing, and business growth strategies. Thank you so much for tuning in and I really appreciate you being here and I'll maybe catch you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye.